Hey everybody, this is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad. Just a quick update on the weather today and what's going to happen with Cindy. Cindy made landfall early this morning between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning near Cameron, Louisiana, and now it's pushing inland. But the threat from Cindy is not diminished. You could see the wind field. I put the isobars on here and the winds, and you can see, well, the winds aren't very strong at all. You look at most of the wind speeds down here offshore, they've been between 35, 45. We've seen a couple gusts in some of the buoys offshore around 70 miles an hour, but this really hasn't been about wind. This has been about water, and there is a ton of moisture coming inland. So I'm going to turn off some of the wind speeds and the isobars here so you get a better perspective of this. So here's the Carolinas up here in the upper right hand corner of your screen. You can see the big plume of moisture right here just to our west. This is going to be an area where we're going to see flash flooding, which we've already had today, and we're going to see the threat for tornadoes. Now for Charlotte, you can see we're kind of on the edge. We've got some passing showers, but nothing heavy yet. Down to the southwest, another big area of heavy rain concern is right here, because as this moves inland, we're going to potentially see some heavy rain along the track of the system as it moves inland. So let me show you the official forecast cone, and you can see the movement out here through Friday night. So it's going to move up through parts of, basically Louisiana, Arkansas, into Tennessee, and eventually Kentucky, and then it's going to fall apart and merge with a cold front. Now, one of the things I'm keeping an eye on is this, what we call precipitable water, how much moisture there is in the atmosphere. And this is a really good sign of how saturated the column of the atmosphere from the ground up to the top is. And when you start seeing these kind of oranges and red colors, that's above 2 inches of precipitable water. That means if you squeezed out the entire column of the atmosphere at once, you'd get 2 inches. And when you see that, that means any rainfall within those bands are going to be heavy. So notice the heavy stuff back here up around 3 inches back in here and along these bands, but a little bit of heavy rain could move into the Charlotte area later this afternoon with this high saturated precipitable water, we call it. And then you notice what happens. Here comes a cold front Friday afternoon. We actually dry out over Charlotte. So tomorrow's actually looking pretty nice. We might actually see temperatures in the low 90s, some sunshine, and not a bad day. But here comes the cold front, and notice as it comes down, it starts squeezing some of that moisture out. But notice that the heaviest moisture goes right over us and out pretty quickly. So by the time we get to Saturday, we've got some lingering moisture here with the cold front, which is probably going to be right in here. We could see about a heavy rain early on Saturday, maybe even a scattered storm late, and then things start to move out. So let me show you how this unfolds. This is a look at the same model. You can see the rain moving through the Charlotte area and the Carolinas. The big concern is going to be back in here with tornadoes and heavy rain with any of these rain bands that set up across Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. And then we go through tonight into tomorrow. We got a wave of rain that comes through Charlotte. This will be the one rain band that I think tonight we'll have to watch for potential flooding, because that's also the time that really high level of moisture, the precipitable waters that's really high, that moves in. Going to tomorrow morning, you see the remnants of Cindy now merging with a cold front. There's the cold front right in here. Here's the remnants of Cindy traveling along the front. So as we go through tomorrow, we start to see them merge together and become like one system. You can still kind of see the swirl right over central Tennessee tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. But notice Charlotte dries out for a while. So Friday's kind of a weird day. There'll be a lull in the activity. And then Friday night, the front starts to approach. We may see some scattered storms move into the mountains Friday night into early Saturday. Notice the bulk of the heavy moisture associated with Cindy goes up here, not into the Charlotte area or to the Carolinas. Actually goes up into parts of West Virginia, eastern Kentucky, and then up into the mid-Atlantic. And then we see the cold front approach Saturday morning. We dry out, but as we go into the afternoon, it's likely we'll see a band of thunderstorms develop along the cold front as it moves through late in the day. So Saturday is going to be a hot day until this cooler air moves in on Sunday into Monday. So how much moisture are we talking about? Let me show you how much moisture I think we're going to see out of this. This is kind of the forecast right now for the heaviest rainfall amounts, and you see how they're just to our west, but does include parts of the mountains with the heavy rainfall as we go through the end of the week. Let me put this out as far as I can. So this will go through Saturday night. So if you look closely, eastern North Carolina, not a lot of rain. Charlotte area, maybe a half an inch to maybe an inch in some of the heavier downpours, but the mountains could see 1 to 3 inches, and then the big time flooding threat is going to be back here to the west. So that's what we're keeping an eye on today. Kind of a soggy day, kind of gloomy looking. A lot of this not directly associated with Cindy, but you can see the bands of rain. It's not going to be a great day. Mostly cloudy, passing shower here and there, and temperatures probably right around 80 degrees. I'll be off today, but Sarah Fortner is going to be in for me, and have you covered today at 4, 5, and 6 in NBC Charlotte. And of course, I will post updates throughout the day and evening on Facebook and Twitter. Be sure to follow me there and tell your friends, follow me for the latest weather information.